talk to you about the value of your visibility. People really going to pay me? Am I going to really be able to replace my salary? And I believe that stories um, give permission. And I'm here to tell you, as an example, that when I left television the first year, within the first 6 months, I more than doubled my salary. Yeah. Within the first 6 months, I more than doubled my salary. But I believe the reason why that happened was is this. I'm going to give you guys some really good knowledge here. I believe the reason why I was able to double my salary is because I understood while I was still working at the TV station, while I was still working for my angel investor, that there's value within me. That job, those call letters don't make me. I make the call letters, whether it's CBS, PBS, NBC, ABC, CNN, MSNBC, those letters don't make me. I make those letters because there's value within me, right? And even if my boss doesn't see it, even if my employer doesn't recognize it, I'm still going to show up in a space as value. You understand? I'm going to show up in the space and own my value, own my genius, own my area of expertise. I'm telling you, this is a good time for you to tag, share, and invite some of your corporate friends to this conversation who are saying, I want to leave my corporate job. I just don't know how. And one of the first things I started doing, because this is mindset, ladies and gentlemen, one of the first things I started doing is, you ready for this? Good morning, Fanati. Good to see you. One of the first things I did was this: started developing the mindset that, Rashonda, you are valuable, even if they don't see it in the boardroom, even if they don't recognize it, even if they don't honor it. You honor the value that's within you. Because, see, when you understand that you're valuable, you start to ask yourself questions like this. This is what I was sitting at my desk asking. My words carry weight. And if I'm sitting here writing the news that the anchors are reading every day for the morning show, if I'm sitting here running their social media, hmm, what would happen if I did that for myself? What would happen if I really started to hone in and take in the fact that, oh my gosh, what you have in your hand, what you have on the inside of you is valuable and it's profitable, and people will pay you for that? Instead of thinking the only way that I can make the money I want to make is I have to stay on this job that I no longer enjoy. I stay on a job that maybe they no longer appreciate you, or stay on a job where your salary is capped. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. There is quite freedom in understanding that I can create the wealth that I want to create. There is freedom in understanding that, you know what, I don't have to haggle with my boss to figure out if I can have, Labor Day off because maybe I had it off last year and now I can have it off this year. There's great freedom in understanding that I spent yesterday in my pajamas until 3 p.m. There's great freedom in that. And that freedom can happen for you. And listen, I want that for you. I do. I want that for you. But here's the thing that you have to understand. You have to understand that your visibility, we say it all the time around here, visibility is power, that your visibility is an inside job. There it is. There's the truth. Your visibility starts on the inside and works its way out. It's an inside job, ladies and gentlemen. And how do you start that? You have to start valuing where you are. Your certifications, the things that you may have learned on the job, whether they taught you or things that you learned yourself, your experiences, your journey, all of those things are a part of your value add that people will pay for your solution. They just don't want the experience you went through to get there. See, when clients work with me about owning their visibility and understanding, Crystal, that their visibility is an inside job, what they get from me is 20 plus years experience of working in television news, the 6 years experience that I had of, cultivating and understanding how to do this live video. But they get it in a short amount of time. What took you and I years to learn, our clients get the benefit, the value of learning it in a shorter time. You see that? In a shorter time. You see why your visibility is power? You see why your visibility can create impact, influence, and income for you? Because what you have on the inside of you, visibility is an inside job, it starts inside and out, is valuable. So 2 years ago, yesterday, when I sat at my desk, and there's a couple of things that happened. That's why you should be on my email list because I did a video detailing to our email list what it was like and the things that happened behind the scenes that caused me to leave my job, right? Leave working at the TV station. But when I left 2 years ago, I started assessing my value. I started looking at the portfolio of you because there's a you and you have a portfolio, right? Started looking at the value of what I had. And I started saying to myself, if it's not going to work here, then why am I trying to build it here? And let me take it someplace else where it can work. And now I'm able to cover the stories that I want to cover. I'm able to create the media that I want to create. I'm able to work with brands that I want to work with, right? I'm able to do the things that I want to do because why? I sat at my desk and I started looking at my value, right? I started thinking about the first TV station that I worked at and working on that morning show and how we were able to increase the ratings and the numbers. And my news director at the time, Keith Connors, made a statement about how me and the other producer, Stephanie Potter, were the dream team because we were able to increase the numbers and do things significant. I looked at my value. I started looking at the fact that I came into my TV station, the last one as a part timer, just wanting to do their social media. And within a few short months, my news director said, listen, you're already taking the role as the executive producer. Listen, we need to give you that title and give you some more pay, right? I started looking at the value that I was bringing to my company. And I started saying, how can I bring that value to my clients? Hmm? There's a portfolio of you, Charlene. Thank you so much for being here. I started looking at how do I do that? Patricia, I'll drop the link so you can get on the email list. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hi, Andrea C. And when I started looking at my value, I started realizing that, listen, this was a great journey. I appreciate my angel investor, my silent partner, getting paid on the 15th and the 30th. I think that was the pay time. I can't remember. But now I'm going to take what I've learned here and bring it to you guys. You see that? But I had to develop the mindset and shifting from thinking, and I may step on a few toes when I say this, but I'm going to say it thinking that I needed them in order to make it, thinking that they defined my success. I'm just talking to the people in the room who are in their 9 to 5, they're in the corporate space, but they know that they're called to entrepreneurship. They know that they're called to start their own business. That's not everybody. So if this works for you, it work. If it doesn't, just tag your friend who you believe this will work for. That's who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to the people who know that no, she's talking to me. And one of the things that I had to do is I had to value what was inside of me, even if my boss didn't see it. I had coworkers who laughed and questioned what I was doing when this live video thing first started. Yeah, question. They're just like, what is she doing? I mean, what is this live video thing? Oh my God. I can't believe she's really doing that. Well, some of those same coworkers brought my book that teaches you how to do live video. Some of those same coworkers have said to me, Rashonda, we love what you're doing. And here's the thing. One of my coworkers said this, love this, said, Rashonda, the things that you're doing now, you could have been doing that right here at the station. It's just some of us didn't see you correctly. See, you're sitting here fighting your boss and trying to get your employers to see the value of what you bring to this company. But here's the thing, they just don't see you correctly. They don't have on the right lens. Their vision may be a little bit blurry. Their eyes are not dilated. I'm telling you, this is so good. They don't see you correctly. They don't have the right perspective. And guess what? That's okay. Because one of the things that I learned, and I'm going into what I shared to my email list. So I'm going to share this with you guys, and I believe that this will support you. This is what I learned. When I asked God, why did I feel like I was getting such a hard time those couple of years at the TV station? And this is what he told me. He said, everybody needs a Judas. Because without Judas, there would be no cross. And without the cross, there would be no victory. And he's like, and this is what I know to be true. If they ever gave you the opportunity to do the things that you really wanted to do there, I would not be before you right now. Did you hear that? He said, if they ever gave you the opportunity to do the things that you really wanted to do there, Rashonda, it would have been great, but it wouldn't have been my best for you. You see that? Do you understand that? Because sometimes we're in a situation and we're feeling the conflict, we're feeling the pressures of what's going on. It's really because it's working for your good. That could be your burning bush experience that causes you to say, you know what? Maybe I don't need to stay here. Maybe this is my opportunity for me to start to transition and look at something else differently. Go and look again and get a different perspective. Yeah, that's what I had to do. I love the comments. Patricia says, yes. Crystal says, they don't see you correctly. They don't. Luann, good to see you, friend. I'm missing a Zoom call for this one. I'm listening because I'm ready to plan the transition. Luann, what we said thus far, not sure where you jumped in. You have to value what's on the inside of you, even if your employer does not value it. Tashia, I may be saying that right. Stevenson, I'm going to say your last name. Thank you for the hands up. I appreciate that. Leonard, he's tagging someone in it. Thank you so much for being here, sir. Andrea C says, Brother Noah builds his boat of wood just to stand in the middle of the dry. Not. Come on. I got to tag Andrea C and she's teaching us. Patricia says, the anointing is on you to teach us today. I'm just sharing. I really am. I'm sharing with you my experience. And I believe the success that we've had in our company, since leaving that job, we've gone international, uh, serving and speaking in Paris, France. Um, I have, what else? We already wrote the book beforehand. I've worked with global brands like the WK Kellogg Foundation, Boeing, Vogue Me, which are these glasses are from Vogue Me. I'm their brand ambassador. Make sure to use the coupon code ROSHO for 15% off. We've got a great opportunity to work with many of my clients that you see here, Crystal Fry and Andrea C. and many others. Just this last couple of months, we created digital products that netted us $20,000. Listen, getting paid for what you know, getting paid for the value that's on the inside of you. And people will do that. You guys, I didn't see all of the plan when I walked out of that TV station. You can see the picture here; it's posted on the page. I didn't see all of that, but all I saw was I had to bet on me. That was it. And I just had the promise that God was not going to let me fail. My friend Erica Hood Vincent said it like this. She said, you bet it on yourself because you had a full house. I had all the cards in my hand. And I was just going to trust him with every single step. And I was going to take what I had, right? I was going to take what I had and I was going to create something very dynamic from it. Siobhan says, my boss said to me last week, if I work 12 to 13 hours a week, I expect my people to work the same. You work until the job is done. Since this day, I've been praying and fasting for my business to lead, and I'm able to begin my transition ASAP. Lord, I'm praying for you. As a matter of fact, Shavana, I'm going to do this as I begin to end here. I'm going to pray for you, and I'm going to pray for many others who are in that situation. Right now, the whole world is in transition. And you may have realized in this transition of your kids having to learn from home, your life changing, and a lot of changes that are happening, that maybe your boss or your job is not being that flexible. Maybe that's what you learn. Hey, Leonard, good. Thank you for being here. Now I see who that is. 12 to 13 hours a day. Wow. Wow. You got to value what's on the inside of you. And before I had the naysayers come to me, this is not a live trying to pull you from your job. No, I was very clear about who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to those who are in the corporate space in their 9 to 5, and they're saying to themselves, I need to transition.